Hello everyone, I'm on here with my review of My Academia episode 68 or episode 5 and 4, right? And another great episode. I mean, I love Red Riot. I'm gonna spoil everything now, no, but like, damn it, we had a little scene there. You see part of his flashback, right? And I'm like, oh my god, this is so good flashback. That is my favorite flashback in the storyline, so I'm hyping up. I'm gonna say what's gonna happen, but you can see. I was listening. If you look at the flashback, you clearly see another character in there that you might recognize. A very cute girl. So, but yeah, it's a very interesting backstory, and you see a little bit that was great. But of course, his fight that gave me a massive goosebump. It was a very good feeling. A little weird. I mean, I love the whole, it's in your heart. Yeah, I just fight guys more willpower and so on, right? So it is a very good. It was a very good experience. So it felt really good. The whole it's like, oh yeah, Red Riot, you can do it, man. Otto go, something like that. Yeah. So I really enjoyed it. And he's a really good character, and he's gonna have a lot of this extra. This is the art to really develop him as a character a lot, and it's gonna be really great. And I really liked the ending too. We see him and they're like, "Hey, what's your name, boy? I'm Red Riot. Red Riot, are you fast guys? Trapped to you? Like, press you like, yeah, like." I loved it. Everyone's like, "My God, I love you, kid." Yeah, that was great. And he's like, "I have fans. They like me." Yeah. And if you see the after ending credits, right? You're like, oh, look at this, you have like 80 likes on Twitter. It's like, really? Yeah, so that was so cute. I love his whole life. They like me, Fat Cap, they like me. He's like, yeah, Sean, you're doing it, you're becoming a hero. It was all great. It was really great. I enjoyed all of that a lot, yeah. And of course, at the same time, we also see the girl squad, right? And we see Ryoki, we see the babies of the babes, right? The dragon lady, and her, she has Hado, she has Uravin, she has Floppy, and she has her own harem, right? She only recruits hot girls, right? Yeah. But she is really awesome too, and Hado is really, really nice. And I hope, as always, the people probably like, look at Hado's oppa in the beginning. Oh my god, outrage. Someone would probably be angry, right? Because Hado was pretty big when she was flying around there and like Hadoing her. Yeah, that's probably gonna be like, okay, I just imagine the outrage, yeah. But whatever. The biggest thing, of course, storyline wise, except the general Red Riot build up, is of course suddenly they get hit, right? And the power thing. So this is gonna start, right? So this is gonna be, as we see, of course, I'm talking about the bad guys, that this is the anti-power thing, right? The whole, and I would say this immediately here. When I read this, and obviously I read the manga, and I don't know really, hide that fact, right? That I read the manga, but I would say you can probably find. I think you can have it up on this channel, my reaction to the actual chapter, and I would say immediately, which I found around roughly here, that it's very much like I keep comparing to this thing when I read it, and I think that's true in a lot of extents. It's very similar to the X-Men movie 3 from the latest, well, basically the current storyline here, with the whole anti-power thing, right? It's not the exact same story, of course, not at all. But I think already here it's kind of like, yeah, they're definitely gonna go that route there, where someone can like shoot you and you lose your power for a minute and so on, yeah, and so on, right? And I think, honestly, leave a comment below if you're an anime only watcher. But in my opinion, so I'm saying it here, I think it's very obvious how that works, like how they get that power, because it is that movie storyline. I'm just throwing it out there, but I'm like, yeah, I kind of see that. So I think it's very, very obvious how it's building up. But I leave it at that. But that's gonna be kind of the main plot, of course. Someone that can like remove quirks, or of course power them up, right? As we see with the bad guy, and then he can get control, but maybe you could control it, right? So you get that whole thing there. So that's gonna be kind of interesting. The general mass plot, which I think is very strong in this anime, though. I think it's stronger in this anime than it is in the X-Men franchise or X-Men in that universe, because obviously in the X-Men they have powers that they're mutant and so on, right? But it's only like, I don't know how what the franchise did in the movie, but it's like 5% or 10% of the maybe it's only 1, but it's really higher than 100 powers, but not more than that. And in the comics, it's like increasing every year, right? More and more are mutants. Then in the end, they have the House of M and then nothing and so on, and then you go back to like no more mutants, right? If you read Marvel, yeah, no more mutants. That never happened in the movies, but yeah, no more mutants in the comics. But but in My Hero Academia instead, everyone has power strikes. The whole quirk thing, the whole anti-quirk thing, as you know, is of course Sensei, right? That's how Sensei, yeah. The whole anti-quirk thing is of course much stronger in My Hero Academia, because everyone has a quirk, right? And being able to like militarize instead of, because I mean he has also had, he has anti-quirk as well, right? So it actually isn't new that someone has anti-quirk powers, but the big difference here is that someone can now then of course manufacture and hand out anti-quirk, right? And that's the big difference, right? And of course everyone has a quirk. There's no Batman in this universe, right? So everyone's going to be weak against anti-quirk, right? So it's an incredible thing to be able to hand out, right? And then they also have thought about the power up thing, right? Which I felt is you take that one and you get more power. But that I think though, I don't know. I think that in my opinion, I think it's a typical martial art opinion, but I suppose because it's always like if you rage, you cannot win. Like if you do. Fully, but you definitely go like a little more insane. Gonna go Coco, right? Yeah. So what's the value of using it then? Well, you're strong for a short time, but you're also gonna fight worse because you're intelligent as much and so on, right? Maybe you can, depending on how you refine it, how much you take and so on, right? But I always felt those kind of powers, and they're so common, right? They're in One Piece, they're in so on like that, and they're so common, those kind of like temporary power-ups that also makes you go stupid, right there. So I'm like that to me at least, being able to manufacture that stuff doesn't feel as imposing. It's like, well, yeah, you can use it, you get stronger, but you get dumber. But the other way around, of course, that you can refuse some more else powers, that is absolutely much more effective, right? It makes them have high powers. So I think that side of it, anti-quirk, is massively stronger and more detrimental, right, to the fight and so on. But anyway, that's the review, guys. See the Boku Band, so subscribe, press the like button, right? There's more anime video coming up today. Of course, tomorrow we'll do One Piece, Vinland Saga, and so on. And next week there's a lot of anime, right? So, see you guys and have a great day.